So I'm here, record podcast. Where's Ben? It's just me. I guess you just got me today. I'm the only attractive man who wants to talk about movies. So today
You're in my fucking house. Very attractive.
very attractive.
In the same place at the same time.
Oh my God. This is crazy. What the fuck we talking about? I'm not
We're talking about 3 movies today. We have random movies. We have 2 kids movies and an even more kid movie called Abigail.
That is not a movie for kids.
It's a movie about a kid.
That's not a movie for kids.
We have 2 kids movies and then a movie about a kid.
That's a
Talking about we got Garfield, we got Abigail.
okay.
So,
Garfield's the most fresh in my mind. That's how yesterday.
I saw yesterday as well.
Yeah. 2 people took my seats. I've been given multiple seats, but a couple came and one of them took my seat. And so I sat next to them, and then someone else walked up to me and was like,
Anyway.
one of them took my seat, and then I sat next to them, and then someone was like, you're in my seat. I'm like, God damn it. So I went and sat in the handicap seats. There's a lot of people going to this movie. People saying he's not locked off in this.
It's so weird because I had one of the worst movie experiences I've ever had in Garfield. There's 2 little shits. And holy hell, this grandma and grandpa did not know what to do with them, clearly. So they took him to Garfield. The kid didn't sit. The 2 kids didn't sit the whole movie. They're fucking screaming like, oh my gosh, it's a cat. And Snoop Dogg is screaming, just whining, telling he wants popcorn, swinging popcorn around. And he keeps coming up to me and he's waving at me. And me and Patty kept like, and he kept getting scared, but I swear, these little shits. What? But that being said, it was very enjoyable.
It was good. I heard some bad things about it.
I heard very bad things.
Like, I read some comments about it, and I was like, I understand the Chris Pratt thing. I know Chris Pratt's never get animated movie ever, but I honestly forgot about that around 10 minutes into this movie. Because I heard bad things, and I was like, I grew up with Garfield. I read a ton of Garfield. And when the Cartoon Network show, or the show came to Cartoon Network, I watched the crap out of it, watched it every week, and I totally bought it, and I had a really good time. I thought the humor was really up my alley.
I think so too. I think for adults, it was really good humor, you know? I think Chris Pratt was perfect for Garfield, even though Chris Pratt's his voice is perfect for a lot of things. Even Mario, he was good in Mario.
He did a lot of work.
He wasn't even Italian, and he was good in Mario.
Yeah.
So, I
got a lot of work.
I thought it was funny. I thought the cast was crazy. I didn't realize how good the cast was.
Roy Kent.
Roy Kent. And they got the owner too. The owner's the cat.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's in a lot of.
Yep, they got Roy Kent as a Bella clone.
Boy.
I'm from New York, man. I'm from New York.
He didn't even do that accent.
Oh my gosh.
That was a really bad accent.
That was bad, but I think it was meant to be bad.
It was good. I understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
About the movie, but I gotta say
38% is terrible. Like Rotten Tomatoes, 38%. This way too low. Way too low.
That's crazy.
Way too low.
I enjoy it. I like, and again, a lot of the humor is like they have like the acorns that are Bluetooth or whatever, and he's like, and Garfield like, is it as good as Bluetooth? And they're like, it's the same. I didn't have to pay for the brand, and then pulled out binoculars, and Garfield was like, you sprung for the binoculars. The humor was like that. I was like, that's totally something I would say. I know Ben would say, oh yeah. Like, we'd say that we piss people off in our group all the time. It's like, pet.
I like that they had Luther from Mission Impossible and the Mission Impossible music.
Yeah.
And it was a heist just like Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And he was like, I do my own stunts, me and Tom Cruise.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
It was fun. But honestly, bro, I don't know. Because people say that so many people aren't liking it, but like, I had a really good time. Like, I would recommend Garfield.
I would put it lower 60s, you know? I would still put it fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But 38 is crazy. 38 is way too low for that.
It was 25.
It was a good movie. The plot was a kid's movie. Keep that in mind. But it was not I've seen worse plots. I've seen much worse plots.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I didn't see it coming, but it's like...
But
it did a good job of making me forget about that and just taking me on the journey. You know, I have to say that.
It was, all right, we're just going to be funny. We're going to let Chris Pratt cook. We're going to let Samuel L. Jackson cook.
He was... Yeah. Dude, who played that role? Because they were awesome.
The role?
Yeah. The guy who was... Yeah.
The Luther from Mission Impossible?
That was Luther from Mission Impossible?
Yeah. That's why it's so. That's what I'm saying. The acorn seed was on Luther on the computer just on Mission Impossible. My God, it was distinct. They jumped in the Mission Impossible theme song, and then Tom Cruise. But Luther was from Mission Impossible. He was the same thing, you know. He's been out in the chair.
That's really funny. And by the way, we gotta talk about Mission Impossible.
We'll talk about Mission Impossible.
Those are awesome.
We'll rank all the movies. We'll see the final movie. Hopefully, it's not the final movie, but it's kind of pointing towards the.
Well, they said it was gonna be part 1 of 2, and then they were like, "No, it's really its own thing."
Yeah,
That's like, yeah, no, like, I get it.
yeah. It's better than Mission Impossible, but that was the only series. We'll talk about that later. This is the only series that's got better as it's gone for that long.
But yeah, I got like even like reading some of the. I think there was references to the Garfield comics in there. Like the one that I remember the most was, or the two I remember the most was when he smashes the scale, and when he gets blown up after staff. Yeah, off the.
Yeah,
like I remember all that. Yeah,
it was really good. Kind of giving Garfield what Garfield is. It's like every day of the week is great.
Except Mondays. I was like, yeah, it's not even one as it is for me.
No, it was a good movie. Saw it come obviously, but it was great casting. It was really funny. Me and Patty were belly laughing a lot during that movie. It was really funny. And 38 is way too low.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it,
I'd rate it.
It's fun.
I would do 60.
Honestly, it kind of reminds me of it. It's a similar experience I had to Venom 1 years ago, where like I don't think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I saw like 19% or whatever it was on Rotten Tomatoes, and I went and saw it, and I was like, I'm laughing a lot, and I'm enjoying it's like that. And I understand the critics like the CGI isn't great, and maybe someone who sees a million movies a year isn't interested in seeing Venom call Eddie Brock a pussy for not using an elevator. But listen, I'm not gonna say I wasn't.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah. Go see Garfield.
I would rate. I'm gonna do 65%. That's kind of.
I don't really have.
Exactly. It was good and it was very enjoyable, but it's at least certified fresh. 38's too low. 38's on Madam Web, and that's too high for Madam Web. Let's be real.
There's been wanting to talk about Madam Web.
No, I don't want to talk about Madam Web.
You don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want anybody else to see that movie ever.
You want to talk about how much
Netflix? Whoever said Netflix, let's go buy Madam Web, needs to be sued. Needs to be fired immediately. Because now I refuse to watch it. You know, even when I'm turning on a movie, then I know I'm going to go to bed. You know, I don't want to listen to Madam Web because it's still a bad movie. Oh my God. Anyway, go watch Garfield.
I'm gonna be too mad. I'm not gonna fall asleep.
Go watch Garfield.
Go watch Garfield.
It's great.
Garfield was good.
All right. Abigail or If?
I kind of want to end with Abigail. I kind of like that.
All right, let's go.
I liked If too.
If was great.
If was yeah. If was really good.
It was very similar to Garfield in the fact that it's a kids movie.
Yeah,
but the humor, you made it really pretty enjoyable.
It's another one that I think was really low on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was like in the low 40s or something.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, it was.
But it's like it's similar to Garfield too because the cast was great.
Yeah,
the humor was great.
Yeah,
the plot was a kids movie. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
but the cast, the humor, it was just good, and visually it was funny too. It wasn't just like the voice actor like Steve Carell going crazy. Well, she does go crazy, and it's pretty damn fun.
Dude, I gotta say, my eyes popped out of my head when the credits were rolling. I was reading it was on that castle. Yeah, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, it was
like John Krasinski got all his friends.
Exactly. Matt Damon, like Ryan Reynolds,
Gru from Steve Carell.
Steve Carell's Gru.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah,
not me.
Could never. But yeah, no, it's really, really, really funny. The best trip of the movie was the invisible imaginary friend. Hey, Pete. Never keep.
Dude, oh my God, dude! I almost had a panic attack because I was like really invested in the story of the movie, and like at the end, John Krasinski falls down, and I was like, "That's a horrible joke." Yeah, I just killed him. And he's like, "Hey, Keith," and I was like, "Oh my God!" That was so wild.
It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, you get some Ryan Reynolds stuff. Yeah. Not doesn't go crazy. I thought you get a couple of little.
It's PG Ryan Reynolds, but it's still Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
you know? So it's a good movie.
But it's not like Detective Pikachu where he gets a joke. He's just he's also part of the.
Detective Pikachu was terrible. Gosh, it was terrible.
No, absolutely not. I'll fight you to the death. That's enough. Okay. Tab, you're editing this? Write this down. We just always say, it's scary. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass.
Maybe I gotta rewatch it, but I'm just
Are
saying.
you kidding me?
It was not memorable.
What?
It's not memorable.
That's bullshit.
It's not memorable.
You was so much funnier to that beat you than it was to if.
Oh, it was not memorable.
Fuck you. Alright.
Maybe it's just recency, but I'll rewatch it and we'll see if we actually want to talk about it.
The news. Listen. By the way, we're behind on Mad Max. Or I'm behind on that.
Yes, I'm not.
But listen, nothing's coming out for like 2 weeks, so I got time to catch up.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
We got the boys. We're prepping for the boys. That should be good.
That'll be good. That'll be fun.
But
Yeah,
anyway.
it was good. I liked again, you get some Ryan Reynolds stuff, like him and the fucking marshmallow, which was hysterical.
Marshmallow was funny.
He's like, don't look at me. I was like, what? I was like, you know goddamn well what I
Aquafina, great joke, but she was the bubble. I'm just saying, yeah. Aquafina is was great. But I people hate on Aquafina. I actually really like Aquafina. I think she's funny.
Yeah, Aquafina's mixed on a lot of it. Honestly, I know people are saying it, and I'm happy to give it to them, but I'm just like, I don't get it, man. I like her in everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
People hated on her in Shang-Chi. She was great. She was great in Shang-Chi.
Sean.
You really didn't think your name would find you if you changed your name from Sean to Sean? Oh, she was great.
She's funny, dude.
She was funny.
She's funny now. She was really funny in the new Jumanji. I don't really like that new Jumanji movie, but she was hysterical.
She was so much better at a Danny DeVito impression than The Rock was.
Rock was fine, just looked weird.
Yeah.
She was also good as the kid.
Oh yeah.
She's like, Rock's like, that's my ex. She's like,
yeah.
Okay.
But no,
it was good. It was actually, people are calling it like a live action Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Which I get.
So.
It's not quite as good as like those Pixar movies. It is good. But like I get it. The idea, like, listen, as we do get older, we absolutely lose some things on an instance. And sometimes tragedy strikes, and it strikes when they're really young and they lose it earlier than they should. Like the best part of the movie for me, where I got the most enjoyment out of it, was that dance scene.
Yeah.
Where they're redecorating. Yeah, my nose is freaking out, and she's having that great. And some people were saying that there should have been more of that. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also I understand it was really predictable. But movies don't do this enough. Where like I got pulled enough into the story, and I cared enough about the characters that I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to a point where like it happened, I was like, I should have seen that coming, but I just wasn't thinking about it. Like when like Ryan Reynolds is her imaginary friend, like, oh, that makes a ton of sense, but I didn't, for whatever, and I thought, I was like, yeah, they said it a million fucking times. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but
the one problem I had with it is that I thought they kept jumping around too much. They couldn't decide if they wanted it could be a kids movie or for it to be for adults. You know, it was all of a sudden like your mom died, your dad's about to die,
yeah,
and you're dancing. I mean, you're 12. You know, keep that in mind. But like, if you're 12, you still know enough. Like, okay, I'm not happy right now, you know. But it was kind of like, oh, I'm my imaginary friend, but everything's okay. But my dad's about to die, but he's okay. So imaginary friends are back.
Yeah,
it just kind of it didn't make a lot of. It was very inconsistent with the tone, you know. But it was still enjoyable. It was still very funny. It was still Ryan Reynolds. It was still John Krasinski.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was in the movie. I didn't know he was in the movie until...
John Krasinski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I read before he was in the movie. I thought he was just directing it. But I'm glad he was in the movie because he was actually... He was very, very good.
Yeah.
You know?
He did a cute
thing. He had a very, very small role, you know, but it was...
I mean, he matters a lot, but he's not in the movie a ton.
Yeah. He's not one of the main characters, but he's still John Krasinski, and that's what's important.
That's the thing that, like, when people are calling it, like, a live-action Pixar movie, I'm like, this isn't a diss to this movie. This is just... Especially, like, the early Pixar movies are, like, really...
Like Toy Story.
They're amazing. Or, like, The Incredibles. Like,
yeah.
Even as Cars. Oh, my God. I've been watching The Incredibles a ton, and I did as a kid. I've seen that movie a million times.
I tried to be Dash when I was a kid.
But, like,
I think more...
Yeah, exactly. I saw it recently, and I was like, wow, that's heavy. And I don't think this movie does that. I think the kids are going to figure out there are scenes that are for adults and there are scenes that are for kids. And I think those are really Pixar movies to compare the two.
Yeah.
The kids aren't going to know, and then adults aren't going to get too pulled into the silliness of it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It was a good movie. I really did.
Yeah, I will actually. My hot take is that I think If is probably a better movie. I actually enjoyed Garfield.
I actually did.
I actually had more fun with Garfield.
The humor was better in Garfield.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was just really.
They,
I don't know.
I think that was the difference. I think John Krasinski, being the director, was kind of trying to make the movie meaningful, you know, and that's just like every movie.
It's hard to do.
Every movie that John directs, always he tries to make it meaningful. He tries to make it mean something, kind of underlying meaning behind everything, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know with Garfield Garfield, but he was just a fuck it. We're just gonna be funny, and we're just gonna have a simple plot.
It's a standard.
We're gonna let Chris. We're gonna let Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a standard movie, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
people complain about these studio movies that come out, and I understand what they're saying sometimes, but like sometimes I do just want a dumb movie to watch. And it's probably hard for a guy like John Krasinski to go for. It's a very different movie from A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Which are like really tense, like thrilling movies that have something to say, and there's an optimism to them, but are mostly about the stairs and the environment. And honestly, they're grounded by a really great idea. Like, kid.
Exactly.
Which was scary as shit.
Yeah.
It's really quiet like that all the time.
Again, the underlying idea, like how important your voice is.
Yeah.
How it's
and have someone who's deaf, so if anyone knows that, those are great movies.
Yeah.
I don't think that If is as good as those, but I think it's still really good.
It was still enjoyable. I would, recommend it. I would put it on if I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah. That's another people. But on the other hand, some people are really liking it more than us. Like, are really putting it up there.
Okay. I wouldn't put it up that high. I think this is definitely. I don't know all of John Krasinski movies. I think it's only the Quiet Place and If.
Yeah.
So I put this probably at the bottom, but
again, those two movies are
top notch.
Those movies are really good. Oof.
Oh yeah.
So Abigail.
Here we go. Another movie you got a kid.
Yeah, this is a great kids movie.
Yeah.
This is from the same studio that did Ready or Not a couple years ago.
Well,
It's similar.
It reminded me of Ready or Not a lot, you know. It was a classic comedy horror, you know. But it was more comedy than horror, you know.
I will say it's not that scary.
It's not.
That's something to hold against the movie. It is really good, but it's really not all that.
Which is good. Because this is like
for you,
pussy. And for me, fussy. But there's a couple times where it was very creepy, you know, and I think more movies should do like creepy instead of just pure jump scares. I think that's why recent horror movies have been so badly rated. You know, a lot of them have been really, really terrible. On the ratings, again, I've never seen them, and this is just coming from what I've heard, allegedly. But they were rated terrible. They were rated terrible because it's just straight jump scares, you know, and there's not really a meaning behind the movie. Yeah, I think that Abigail was like, look, we're going to make it funny, but we're also going to say, hey, this is completely different from anything you've ever seen before, but it's also not. Like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, you saw it or not, but the movies are completely different. They just remind you of it, you know?
Yeah, like some of the kills.
Yeah.
Or some of the ways people those.
Oh, yeah.
That was like straight out of Ready or Not when they like shine a light on that girl.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That was also really good. It's like, a lot of these movies get boring because they get caught in one area for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Abigail does a good along of changing the dynamic every 10-15 minutes. Where something like where maybe she gets locked in, they find out something else that can work against her. She reveals something else that she can do.
Yeah.
They move into an environment, it changes a little more. Like, it never stays in one spot for too long. There's always something new that's happening. I liked Abigail. It is a little weird because obviously it's a movie about the ballerina vampire girl, and for the first like 30 minutes of the movie, they're like, it's kind of a mystery that what's going on? I'm like, what the fuck do you mean what's going on? Like, it's been in all the trailers, we know what's going on.
That's what well, it's I'm glad that it kind of, we knew what was going to happen, but they didn't, you know?
Yeah.
But we also, at the same time, there was a couple stuff like, I realized before, like right before they announced it, that she was the, I forgot what they called her, but the pet, basically, for her dad, you know? They killed, like she was killed everybody that he wanted to kill.
Yeah.
You know, he was. I was like, oh shit, yeah, no, she's she's the one who they keep accusing themselves that they are. You know, but it's also I liked in the movie that they made a point that they're not just doing it just because they're vampires. They're doing it because they genuinely have revenge on everybody, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of movies like that, like vampire movies, are like, oh, I want blood, I'm gonna kill for blood. And it's like, all right, we've seen this before, you know? But it's like, hey, everything that you've done in the past, you've screwed me, so I'm about to screw you, you know? And that's why this movie was actually a very solid movie. I would have enjoyed it if it was just like, look, if it was the same humor and it was like, oh, I just want to kill you because I'm thirsty. I still would have enjoyed it because it was very hilarious, you know? But the fact that the story actually made sense and it was a little change of pace, a little different than most, you know, movies like that we see. But even Ready or Not was kind of, they were just killers because, you know, it wasn't really a reason.
Yeah, like we made a deal with the devil and now we're going to kill you.
Exactly. You
Just
know?
because you're you.
Yeah,
You drew this card.
exactly. Abby goes like, hey, you screwed my family, so I'm about to kill you. I like the change of pace, and I like that they actually did that. That's mean.
Yeah, there's a reason she's doing it.
Yeah.
It also was cooler when, actually, before I say that, like, there's another movie with a really fucking big cast.
Yeah.
You had Moff Gideon in there.
Yeah.
You had, like, every
Giancarlo.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the guy who... No, but they had the guy who was, like, big and muscle, but is dumb. He gets a lot of really great lines.
Oh, yeah. Was he in X-Men Origins? Well,
Was he the fat guy?
I think he was.
And that shitty line?
Yeah, but it was funny. It was unintentionally forced. was not trying
Like, you call him Blob. I said Pub.
I said Bob! You Bob Blob! Anyway.
I like how I had to, like, beat him up and get answers, but at the end, he just threatened him with his claws anyway.
Yeah. He's like, oh. Okay.
What a stupid fucking movie. We'll talk about that.
I mean, we'll talk.
Because Deadpool's coming out. We're going to watch all the X-Men movies.
Oh, yeah.
And that movie sucks shit. We haven't talked about a lot of, like, bad movies on it. Well, we have, but that's our test episodes not coming out. He wants to talk about Madam Web.
No, I was just mentioning you.
That's bullshit. We fucking first that episode we ever did, we were talking about Monkey Man, and because the same guy's in Madam Web, he kept bringing it back.
Yeah.
I guess we're fucking talking about this.
I would have talked
We had
about
a 35-minute conversation about how much Ben hates Madam Web.
all I want to do is make sure no one watches to suffer like I did. Because I went there expecting a new Spider-Man universe movie, and I got whatever the fuck that was. So I'm just forgetting people, you know?
He's real.
No.
He was texting me for a week, being like, you got into I was like, I heard it was bad. He's like, you're watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abigail's a good cast. You got the big guy, you got our lead girl is solid. Abigail is
Actually a pretty good young
by the way, it is amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
She's got a really, really bright future because she had every single emotion in that movie.
She was like
she played a standard little girl, she was crying, she was also fucking terrifying.
She's also evil. She's also like nailing them and turning them against each other.
But also at the same time, like, you know, it was perfect casting, man. At the end of the movie, it was kind of like, that's the other reason why it made sense. She paid her debt by saving life, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm all you going to your little boy.
Yeah.
Because you saved my life and paid your debt.
Yeah.
No one else paid her debt.
Yeah. It was cool too because I could root for her a lot more than the other guy because, like I'm saying, it's like, why are you killing us? I'm like, because you fuck with my business. I mean, fuck your business, but like, you've got a reason for doing it. That guy who got bit by Moff Gideon is just a psycho who wants to,
I know,
like, kill people. So
I was like, come on, dude. What do you do?
And my nerves like, I'm gonna eat.
He all of a sudden he started feeling power, you know, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to kill a bunch of people. And it's like, you're really just crazy. You're not killing people for a reason.
Yeah.
You're just a psycho. And I think they added that in the movie too. But it was like, okay, well now we actually like root against him. I was rooting against him the whole movie because just he was a dickhead. He was a piece of shit. But yeah.
That was another thing where like she pointed the gun at him and like I said, it's like Like they're pointing like you're the bad guy. I was like, everyone knows the bad guy's upstairs. Like this is a useless scene. You're not convincing anybody.
I think that I mean they needed to advertise it that way.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how.
I don't know.
I would love to show this movie to a person who's seen no advertising.
Yeah,
I'd love to see the reaction to that scene where she stands up and starts fucking shit up because that would be pretty crazy. Yeah,
I think that's it's kind of, it's hard to not show, it's hard to get people excited for a movie about a ballerina vampire without giving away that she's a vampire.
Gotta make money.
You know, you have to. So it wasn't like, it was a useless scene if you already knew, but I think that's a good point.
It's still really, and it still worked. It was still interesting to see them playing against each other.
Yeah.
And I was still engaged the whole time.
And I feel like some movies like that where we know something that no one else does, it's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
The whole cast was good. I got that other girl who got turned into the puppet.
Yeah.
She was good the whole time. The guy who died in the beginning was, I will say, not the most balanced in terms of kills.
No.
We had a couple people die in the beginning, and then we're fighting her, and we trank her. And then she hides us again. We hide in the light. We split up. And then, like, 5 people die in a row. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, Jesus.
Yeah, I think she was just playing. I mean, she said, "I like playing with my food," you know.
Yeah.
So I think that might be it. And she saved the smart ones for last, ironically, because that guy was an idiot. But it was very interesting. You know, I thought they misused Giancarlo Esposito. You know,
He didn't get a touchscreen.
no, I think you get a big casting. Giancarlo Esposito is one of my favorite actors in movies.
He's got a great, like, presence.
I mean, even as Moff Gideon, he was like, as the villain, he's always good, you know?
Honestly, that was, like, his worst role for me from stuff I've seen.
Exactly. He wasn't even like...
Not that he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, like, I'm on season 2 of The Boys now, so we'll talk about season 1 later.
He was kind of useless, you know?
But I saw him, like, talking down to Homelander, be like, you're a cold man child, and I don't have to consult you. I was like,
exactly.
damn, bro.
That guy could kill you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody, you and everybody in this building and everybody in this city would be dead. And just like, fuck you, I'll get him.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
But no, he was kind of a useless role because you really do. I mean, the only purpose he had was turning the other guy into a vampire. Like, let's be real, you know?
It's nice to see him, but like,
it just, that was his only purpose. Because you could have easily said, hey, this random guy pulled us to take the girl to this house for like 24 hours and not even mention it, you know? And not even have it in the movie. I think it would have been just fine.
Yeah.
And have someone completely unrelated. Anyway, I wish we could use a better, but I mean, you needed to have somebody to kind of get a big name to get people excited for.
Yeah.
So I get it. Because the other cast weren't big names, even though they're good actors and actresses.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen them.
It's weird because like I like him and I'm happy to see him, but it's also like you got him in your movie. That's all you've let him do.
Yeah.
So you kind of can't win. It's like I'm happy that Giancarlo Esposito's in the movie, but he's also not.
Yeah. I think it would have been better if you switched the black guy with Giancarlo, you know?
Have he died?
I know that, but have the black guy as the, person, you know? And then Giancarlo as the sniper guy, you know, the war guy.
I could see that.
Yeah,
he's much less of a physical presence.
Yeah.
I kind of, it worked.
Yeah. It's kind of a lose situation.
Yeah. By the way, her dad shows up at the end and lets her go, whatever. That woman's dead as shit.
Yeah.
She like got stabbed and like got pulled off a stake or whatever, and got like is bleeding out of her neck. Like she's 1,000,000%.
That was another scene that I thought was useless, you know? I was like, all right, you know, she's fine, Abigail's good, and then her dad's like, oh, fresh meat. And then like I'm like, we already went through this. Just let her go. Like,
yeah.
You know, we either kill her or let her go.
Yeah.
You know, but I think if the dad came in as soon as it ended, you know, and not let us have that pause, it would have been better. But yeah, and we got that. Movie's got to be over.
Yeah.
And then the 7-foot tall dad is coming in. Oh my god.
I do think it's kind of interesting because it has like the vision of like a little girl talking to her dad, like, "You're never there for me." She's like, "I'm there when you need me." He's like, "I'm like your daughter and you're not here." And you think, like, yeah, it's a little kid, but you also like, this kid's hundreds of years old. And like, it is kind of timeless, like wanting your parent to be there.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting way to go.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I just wish there wasn't a break. That's the biggest thing. But I do like the dynamic. And I didn't think about that. She's like thousands, hundreds of years old,
Yeah.
but she's still a kid. You know. Oh, that would be interesting. Abigail, yes.
Abigail's good. All three of them are good.
Yes. Garfield, yes.
Really.
If we had to rank them in terms of movies, it'd probably be Abigail, Garfield. In terms of enjoyment, it's Abigail, Garfield, if. Yeah. But anyway, all that.
And I can't believe he doesn't like Detective Pikachu. I mean,
it's not. It wasn't memorable. So if I watch it again, for me personally, Chad, God damn it, you're usually right about this stuff, so I'm probably wrong. But if I watch it again, then I'll let you know. But it was.
I will say it's another one with a twist.
The only thing I remember was there was a giant turtle, you know, and there was.
Yeah. For terror.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
And I know at this point, how can you not believe in climate change?
Yeah, I don't know. I like. Yeah, I'll watch it again and I'll see if it's memorable. But it might
talk about this.
It might just be
matter what we're talking. It might about Mad Max.
To see. We're not talking about it during Mad Max.
Okay, fine. But we'll talk about it during The Boys.
Yeah,
right. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about The Boys.
Yes,
we'll talk about Mad Max. We like to go long. We talk for a while.
I'll read it.
We're talking about what 5 movies.
All right. Anyway,
all right.
All three of those movies recommend.
Okay.
Good movies.
And we're gonna do Mad Max soon.
Yes.
Soon we'll do that.
We will do Mad Max. We'll do a ranking. We'll see Furiosa. I'll see Furiosa.
I'll see Furiosa too.
Wait for Chad to finally see Furiosa.
Listen, I can't even say 'cause I'll spoil my ranking, but there's a reason I'm behind.
Yeah. But yeah, we're reading Mad Max next episode. But all three movies that we talked about today, right?
Yeah, they're all good.
Definitely go see it.
Yeah, if you're going to the movies, those are all good. Although Abigail's
if you want a funny movie at home, regardless of the, if you want a funny movie at home, any of those movies are great. If you want a funny movie at home and you have 12-year-olds, and you have to put Abigail, but yeah, they're all funny. They're all enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I have to talk about that. I understand in the last episode with Challengers, me and Ben were pretty shot out of a cannon to talk about that movie. 1, we had limited time. And 2, me and Ben had been wanting to talk about Challengers for like 10 days. We've been like hanging out with each other and not being able to talk about the movies we were saving for the podcast. So we did kind of explode onto, and also, this is a podcast. This is not like a non-spoil. We're going to spoil movies. This is just the way it is.
If you're watching our podcast and you haven't seen the movie and you're mad that we just spoiled something, you should have seen the movie. You're clicking on videos about the movie before you saw the movie. You're just as bad as Zendaya.
You're just as bad as Zendaya.